Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, I said Ishavasyam, with this knowledge that every experience of yours, whether the object is there or not there, until and unless it is bathed in your consciousness, can you recognize it? Its presence or its absence? And tell me, when is it that you're not conscious? That you slept also is known by you or not? So you are conscious, isn't it? That consciousness because of which every experience of yours, of every object and the functioning of your senses takes place, that Isha, that Lord, without whom you can neither see, nor hear, nor smell, nor taste, nor feel, nor think. Yeah? And does that consciousness go or come? It is there in every experience of yours. And at this moment, these objects are like a golden lid covering it. Because our attention is on the coaster, not on the light. But once you notice the light, then you know that it is in the light that its presence and its absence is recognized. Yeah? It is with this vision that you see that everything, every object, the entire universe and the changing objects in the universe is pervaded by consciousness. Therefore, Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam. Everything is pervaded by this consciousness, inert as well as living, moving, immovables and movables. All of them is bathed in consciousness. So with this vision of knowledge, see the entire universe drenched in, clothed in, covered by, indwelt by, pervaded by this consciousness which is Isha. So Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Simple way, with our bhavna, my Ram is in everybody. But this is a statement of knowledge. Even if you read the Ramayana, who's Ram? Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth. Valmiki ji tells to Ramchandra ji, right? So that all pervading consciousness, which is present, because of which everything is known, because of which this body, mind, this body, senses, mind, intellect is functioning. And still, we are so fascinated by the changing, illusory, relative world of plurality. And why is it called relative, even by the scientists? Because you see from one angle, you'll see it differently. From another angle, you will see it differently. In one light, you see it. That's why, when you go to buy your saris, if you really want to see its color, you have to take it out in the sun. Under certain light, under certain spectrum, the color appears to be different. So is it red or is it black? You cannot tell. It depends. It's relative to the light. But what is ever present, unchanging, which recognizes all the change, is this Isha, the consciousness. And the purpose of Vedanta is to point out to us that this consciousness pervades the entire universe and every object in the universe. And therefore, this consciousness that you experience as I, Atma, is that because of which the entire universe is recognized, the entire universe exists, and therefore it's a substratum of the universe. It is Brahma. So Atma is Brahma, is to be recognized. And that is what is said, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Now you say, what do I gain? At least with that God I can pray and maybe, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, और भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे. Consciousness. What do I gain by that? We are utilitarians, no? The next line says, Tena tyaktena bunjita. Each verse, each line of the verse has so many dimensions of meaning, not contradictory meanings. Dimensions of meaning. The word bhuj, one meaning of it is to enjoy. And the other meaning is to protect. Both meanings can be taken here. Tena tyaktena. The formation of that word is that by that renunciation, by that tyaga, by that renunciation, bunjita. And Shankaracharya gives the meaning of bunjita as protect yourself. By renouncing the false and recognizing the eternal truth, protect yourself. Protect yourself from what? Protect yourself from sorrow. Protect yourself from the notion of death, insecurity, stress, anxiety. Protect yourself with this knowledge. Even simple is that this self, this consciousness, this Atma is eternal. It is neither born nor does it ever die. How strengthening is that knowledge? Protect yourself from the fear of death. No? Bunjita. Protect yourself from heartbreaks. You know everything is changing. You are complete. You don't have to get married to complete yourself. I'm telling you, maybe one discussion group which we had, is that why do people get married? Yeah. And the biggest bluff you will hear is man and woman need to complete themselves. Yeah. Shiva is not complete without Shakti. Shakti is not complete without Shiva. No? So they need to complete themselves. Now the question is for discussion. Can two incomplete or many incompletes join together to become complete? Think about it. Nice discussion. Yeah. Protect yourself with this knowledge. It's not that you have to give up your marriage or you don't get married. Protect yourself from this false notion. Why do you get married? To be happy. And listen to every married person. Now, if you got married to be happy, you went with the expectation that your spouse will give you happiness. Or it can be your friends, it can be, your colleagues, it can be your relatives, it can be anything or any object in the world. Yeah? They've come with the same expectation of you. Yeah? Now, if you can't give happiness till they give happiness, can you become happy? Tena tyaktena bhunjita. By giving up these wrong notions, these wrong concepts, these false expectations, protect yourself. Because the problem is not your spouse. Yeah, I know, I am the problem only. No, the problem is not even you. Then, in-laws. They should be called as outlaws. They are also not the problem. The problem is our ignorance and ignorance-born durasha. And from that comes dosh and dukh. Yeah. False expectations from which comes all our faults, as well as our sorrows. Therefore, with this knowledge of that one Isha, that is the Atma, which is eternal, which is all-pervading in every object, and therefore infinite and complete, by renouncing these false notions, my coaster, your coaster, my hand, your hand, yeah? Protect yourself. Protect yourself from the sorrows that rise out of it. Protect yourself from the heartbreaks that happens. Tena tyaktena bhunjita. Therefore, Shankaracharya has given such a beautiful meaning and in context. It's not says, by that renunciation. Others don't think that people who renounce are happy. Yeah? Renunciation without the knowledge of your completeness can never be proper renunciation, by just giving up things. Therefore, the language is tena tyaktena. By that knowledge, renouncing the false, protect yourself. So that is the meaning. But the thing is, how do I do that? The next line says, Ma grida kasya svidhanam. This word also in so many different facets it can be explained. But first, how Shankaracharya, very straightforward, don't covet, don't be greedy, don't be desirous of someone else's wealth. In simple, all the values that you might say, this Upanishad doesn't have value. From this, all values can be taken up. Now, commentary of this line, Ma Gridha Kasya Svidhanam. Explanations of it, even though Shankaracharya has given the commentary, that of who means wealth, this whole world, nature is wealth. It is the resource. You are not the producer of wealth. Whether gold, jewels, fertility, food is all provided by nature, and that is our wealth. Yeah? Mutti bandkar aaya jag mein, haath pasare jayega. You came close-handed. You didn't bring anything with you, not even investment. Yeah? Only liabilities. Hospital bills, diapers, only liabilities. You didn't bring anything. What in this world did you bring or you created? That you say is my, it is for me, it is only for my enjoyment. First of all, nothing is permanent, nothing is going to remain with you. Yeah? Number one. Number two, you didn't bring this wealth with you. Whose is this wealth? At best, you can say is Nidhipati Narayan, Pratinidhi Nara. Beautiful, these bhajans are also there, These statements are there, Shubhashitas are there. That Lakshmi belongs only to Narayana. Yeah. Kasya Svidhanam. But Shankaracharya and Bhaja Govindam, I find so fascinating. The principles of this is here. First of all, Mood jahihi danagam trishna. Kuru sadbuddhim manasi vitrishna. Yallabhase nij karmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. How beautiful those verses we teach children also. Knowledge is not that difficult. It's only for our logical mind to understand. But it's applications, What he says, mood jahi dhanagam trishnam. Give up your trishna, your greed for wealth. Yeah? Our rishis never thought that wealth is absolutely unimportant. But don't give it undue importance. Give up your greed of wealth. How? Kuru sat buddhim manasivi trishnam. Two beautiful meanings. One, if you link with Ishavasya Upanishad, put your mind on the infinite truth. And free yourselves from all this need desire, etc. because you are complete. Kuru sad buddhim, manasivi trishna. Yeah, but then how am I going to live this life? Yallabase nij karmo patam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Wealth is needed for the sustenance of this body. And what you get with your honest effort, little or more, you entertain your life. You live your life. You even enjoy your life. And enjoyment, you don't require a lot. Yeah? Go to these villages, yeah? Look at how much they enjoy. If there's enough to eat, there's enough shelter, their enjoyment of music, dance is much more than ours. Yeah? So enjoyment is not on money, but with whatever money you have, you entertain your life. Later on he says, Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam. Don't be proud about wealth. Harati nimeshaha kala sarvam. In a second, time can, crorepati can become footpathpati. Others from rags to riches overnight. Yeah? Therefore, this is also a question. Kasya swidhanam. Whose is this wealth? Inquire. Whose is this wealth? Is it yours? Even it is with you, is it yours? Even this body, which is your wealth, is it yours? Your wife claims it is hers. Your children claim it is mine. And even your possessions. Who do you will what? They'll fight over it. In a second, it can be taken away from you. Another beautiful, meaning I got. That in Germany, a group, Switzerland, they're really amazing people. In Switzerland, there was a group of Indians, and you know how Indians, they love eating and they love wasting also. Even though our culture is annam nanindya tadvratam, make a vow that you will never waste food. Huh? Even one grain of rice should not be left. Therefore, take on your plate only as much as you can eat, and by God's grace, you can always have more. But gridha, we try to hoard as much as food. And then how much do we waste? So there was this group of Indians, and obviously these people who travel for their honeymoon or their parties or go for a holiday, naturally they are in restaurants and they had ordered so much food, and then Indians want to try everything. So normally in any restaurant, one dish you can order and you eat, but we Indians love ordering so many dishes and try from each dish. We all like that. Don't think I'm not like that. We also like that. Yeah. We want to try from every dish. Therefore, worst is to go where a buffet is there. Even if normally you will eat this much, but you will take on your plate everything because you want to try everything. So this is what they did. They got so much food, and when they asked for the bill, they paid the bill. It's not one of those who didn't pay the bill. One lady from the other table came up and said, you dare waste this food. No? You have no right to waste this food. So they said, we paid for it. He says, you may have paid for it, but you have taken from the world's resources. where there is shortage. And therefore, deyam dina janayacha vittam. If you've got in excess, don't waste it, don't hoard it. Because if you hoard it, artham anartham bhavaya nityam. If you hoard wealth, it will destroy you. It will destroy your family. It will destroy nations. Yeah? All this is there in Bhaja Govindam. Kasya svidhanam. Remember, the world's resources are not yours, but they are given to you to use it as much as you require. Can you imagine the entire philosophy of life? Yeah? And if you see carefully, if the first two parts of this verse, mantra, is for moksha, moksha is not some fancy word. Yeah? It is to gain the infinite truth, and only in infinitude is complete freedom. Yeah? Otherwise, we are wanting, desiring, we are only slaves. Yeah? Then tena tyaktena bhunjita. So, if moksha is explained in the first two quarters, how should we enjoy life? Kama is explained in the third quarter of this mantra. And artha, and our attitude towards wealth, is explained in this last quarter. And what is dharma will be explained in the next verse. Yeah. One of the acharyas, Madhvacharya, has given another beautiful meaning of tena tyaktena bhunjita. It says that which has been given by God to you, yallabhase nij karmopatam, that you enjoy. Those divine pleasures as prasad you enjoy. So, don't tell me you don't enjoy prasad. You might enjoy momos, but ashram food is not bad, right? Is it bad? Yeah. And you can eat it without any guilt. But don't waste it, of course. No? But eat without guilt. And you will not even be caught for it. That you are sitting outside and eating momos. So, enjoy, guilt-free enjoyment, Baba. If it's with your honest effort, you don't waste something. You eat that which is worthy of offering to God and which is received as prasad. Yallabhase. Yeah. Then really you can enjoy. Otherwise, we are only suffering our pleasures also. So, volumes can be spoken, but I think this much is enough. Samajhdar ko ishara hi kafi. Yeah? And of course, what is Isha further will be elaborated. So today we have spoken about moksha, kama and artha. Now, what is dharma will be explained tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.